At 6 a.m. on a winter morning in 2024, 8 FBI agents broke down the door of a 25-year-old's Soho apartment with a battering ram. They seized his phones, searched his belongings, treated him like a criminal. His crime? Building a website that correctly predicted the 2024 election when every expert got it wrong. Meet Shane Copelan, the college dropout who created Polymarket, a $1 billion prediction platform that's embarrassing Wall Street, triggering government raids, and proving that crowds are smarter than experts. From selling tech decks in high school to going to war with the most powerful government in the world, this is the insane story of how one anxious kid built the future of forecasting, and why the establishment is terrified of him. Upper West Side, New York City. Shane Copelan grows up surrounded by academic excellence. Both parents are college professors. At the selective Beacon School, he aces every assignment. But there's a problem. Shane can't pay attention in class. Despite crippling caffeine addiction, friends recall him constantly daydreaming, claiming nothing was challenging or exciting. Teachers notice his grades slipping and put him in special education for learning disabilities. Shane doesn't care about the label. He cares about one thing: making money. Surrounded by wealthy classmates, but not wealthy himself, Shane becomes obsessed with getting rich. He gets a near-perfect ACT score, but all he can think about is becoming the next Mark Zuckerberg. His hustles start small but determined, trading tech decks with YouTubers, illegally downloading music on BitTorrent, joining the school's stock market club, buying $150 worth of Ethereum in 2014, worth over $1 million today if he held. But Shane isn't settling for a measly million. He has his sights set on the 10-figure club. People like Zuckerberg and Travis Kalanick fascinate him. He'll stop at nothing to be mentioned in the same breath. Becoming a billionaire at 16 obviously isn't realistic, so Shane does the next best thing: intern at a tech startup. But how does an anxious 16-year-old land that kind of internship? He forces his way in. New York's hottest startup at the time was Genius, the lyrics and web annotation company. Shane thinks it's perfect because he has encyclopedic knowledge of tech entrepreneurs. He starts aggressively cold emailing everyone at the company, including all 3 founders. When his pleas for free labor get rejected, he turns up the aggression. Shane shows up to their office in person, attempting to convince them he deserves a spot. Most teenagers would never have the courage to bust down company doors like that, but it works. The Genius staff are impressed, not just by his massive confidence, but because he's clearly brilliant. Shane becomes their top contributor, writing hundreds of annotations about Silicon Valley entrepreneurs. His boss predicts if he chooses to become a tech entrepreneur, which seems likely, I have no doubt we'll be seeing his name in the press. But the most important part isn't the work or the topic, it's the confidence boost. Shane says, "I remember thinking, if I get it this way, if I get it from just showing up, I'm going to get what I want in life." Fall 2016. Shane gets admitted to NYU as a computer science major. After one semester, he drops out. His reasoning is simple. College isn't going to make him a billionaire. But there's one problem. He doesn't know how he's going to get there. Early 2017. Crypto is on a historic run, right when Shane needs it most. He capitalizes immediately, mining Litecoin and trading meme coins like Dogecoin. Result: hundreds of thousands in profit. But Shane isn't settling for a few $100,000. He dives deeper into crypto culture, partying with crypto entrepreneurs and building his network. He develops a reputation as ultra-confident, someone who can will his way into exclusive clubs and other people's projects. His secret weapon is treating everyone like a buddy, never taking anything personally. However, working in crypto reveals a disturbing pattern. Most projects are scams. The coins he encounters are dubious at their core, never fully built out. This irritates Shane immensely. He wants to get rich, but not by scamming innocent people. 2019. Shane creates his first legitimate project, Union Market, a marketplace for yield-generating digital assets. He's finally a founder, something that could potentially take him to billionaire status. But growing a business takes money, and Shane's running out fast. He's been living off crypto profits, tiny venture capital amounts, and funds from previous projects. It's not enough. Shane itemizes all his possessions in a Google Sheet and sells everything to pay rent and grow Union Market. Air fryers, electronics, anything of value gets liquidated. He's clearly dedicated to chasing his vision, willing to sacrifice everything to scale up. But the best decision Shane ever makes is reading a paper by Robin Hanson, a George Mason University economist, titled "Shall We Vote on Values? but bet on beliefs. The concept is revolutionary. Separate subjective values from objective beliefs in decision-making. People vote on what they want to happen based on moral values. Prediction markets determine what will actually happen based on collective intelligence. Instead of relying on self-interested experts, market odds serve as the best consensus. Policies get chosen based on what markets indicate will achieve desired outcomes. Shane is fascinated enough to email Hansen, claiming he wants to bring prediction markets to life. 2020. COVID hits. The world locks down, panicking about toilet paper shortages. Shane locks himself in his apartment bathroom and builds a site called Polymarket, a platform that will change his life forever. The concept is brilliantly simple. Someone wants to make money on an outcome they believe will happen. They visit Polymarket and find that question's market. How many times will Elon Musk tweet next week? Will Taylor Swift get engaged? Users bet yes or no. But unlike sportsbooks, Polymarket doesn't set the odds. Users do, based on betting volumes. More people picking yes makes betting no more profitable, and vice versa. All bets happen on blockchain using cryptocurrency. Shane needs funding to run Polymarket. His approach is insanely impressive, relentless, and borderline arrogant. He treats every potential investor like a buddy, whether at parties, dinners, or meetings. Shane has a knack for fitting in with anyone, like it's a game. He never takes rejection personally. Sometimes he takes confidence to ridiculous levels, like trying to hit on waitresses a decade older or name-dropping Orlando Bloom as a potential investor when Bloom has zero interest. But the message is clear. Shane isn't intimidated by anyone or anything. Despite dozens of other prediction market startups failing historically, Shane raises $4 million from various investors, enough to hire a dozen employees and drive strong initial growth. During this frantic period of raising money and growing users, Shane forgets one crucial aspect: the law. He doesn't consult lawyers before creating the site. No clue whether Polymarket is legal or illegal. He takes a beg for forgiveness approach, constantly dodging legality questions from investors and praying nothing happens. Something happens. Something big. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, takes notice. Under U.S. law, prediction markets are technically event contracts regulated by the CFTC. Any company offering these services in America needs approval. This never crossed Shane's mind. After investigations in late 2021, the CFTC slams Polymarket with a $1.4 million fine, a massive chunk of their funding. Worse, Shane must ban U.S. citizens from using his website. He's forced to implement geo-blocking and officially move the company to Panama. This devastates Polymarket. They lose tons of users overnight. Shane knows competitors like Kalshi will cash in from people switching platforms. At least, that's what he thinks will happen. Turns out, using Polymarket in the US remains very possible thanks to VPNs. Despite multiple safeguards, thousands of users easily set their location to other countries and continue betting. This is great for users, but extremely dangerous for Shane. If the CFTC catches just one person using a VPN, he's finished. The election vindication, 2024. The presidential election between Joe Biden and Donald Trump becomes Polymarket's defining moment. While mainstream media and traditional polls struggle with predictions, Polymarket nails everything. Correctly predicts Biden will drop out, accurately calls Trump winning swing states, predicts popular vote and election outcome before polls, even forecasts Trump's VP pick. These feats are incredible considering how many mainstream experts said otherwise. People start asking, what if Shane's creation could be a legitimate predictor? What if it does better than traditional forecasting? The hype around Polymarket explodes. After the election, it becomes the most downloaded free news app on Apple's App Store. Big names like Elon Musk and Donald Trump start using it. Wall Street giants like Apollo and Goldman Sachs factor Polymarket odds into their analysis. Industry experts predict Shane's platform will be worth $10 billion in 2 years. After the election, Polymarket nears $1 billion valuation and owns roughly 90% of all prediction market activity. This is everything Shane dreamed of since he was that nervous 16-year-old trading toy skateboards. He's finally being mentioned alongside his heroes. All signs point to unstoppable growth. November 13th, 6 a.m. on a cold winter morning. 8 FBI agents in black windbreakers break down Shane's Soho apartment door with a battering ram, surprising him and his girlfriend in bed. Without explanation, agents seize their phones and spend hours searching belongings for evidence. Evidence of what? The Department of Justice is investigating whether Polymarket knowingly allowed US-based gamblers despite the geo-block. They want Shane's phone records to prove he knew Americans were using VPNs. Admittedly, accessing Polymarket from the US was very easy, but if the DOJ proves Shane knowingly allowed it, his dreams are over. Shane doesn't seem worried. Hours after the traumatic raid, he buys a new phone and tweets, "New phone, who this?" He calls out the Biden administration for planning the raid, alleging it's retaliation for Polymarket predicting Trump's victory, despite polls saying otherwise. Shane claims the raid is meant to scare him for being a political opponent. He makes clear that Polymarket is deeply committed to being nonpartisan and that he's guilt-free. 8 months later, he's proven right. July 15, 2025. The DOJ and CFTC formally end their investigations into Shane and Polymarket, clearing him of any wrongdoing. Shane announces on X, 8 months ago, on election night, we were on top of the world after Polymarket called the election. 8 days later, the FBI broke down my door at 6 a.m. and took all my computers and phones. While traumatic, it etched the story of Polymarket's accuracy into American political history. Today, this chapter is over. After cooperating and engaging, we've been cleared of any wrongdoing. Justice prevailed. But this isn't the last good news. Less than a week later, Shane announces Polymarket acquired QCEX, a derivatives exchange and clearinghouse, for $112 million. This isn't just business expansion. It's a golden ticket back into the US market. Because QCEX is CFTC licensed, Polymarket now meets legal requirements to operate in America. Shane has gone from college dropout to billionaire founder, from FBI target to vindicated entrepreneur. He's proven that crowds can outpredict experts, that young outsiders can embarrass established institutions. The AI advantage. What's remarkable about Shane's success is how he built Polymarket through pure hustle, networking, and intuition about market psychology. He manually identified investors, crafted his pitch, and scaled through relationship building. But today's entrepreneurs have a massive advantage Shane never had: AI. Think about it. Shane spent months perfecting his fundraising approach, testing which personality traits resonated with different investor types, and manually tracking user behavior patterns. Modern entrepreneurs can use AI to analyze investor preferences, predict which pitches will succeed, and optimize their entire strategy before making a single call. While Shane was studying market psychology and user engagement through trial and error, AI can now analyze thousands of data points to reveal exactly what drives prediction market participation and how to design more engaging platforms. Shane proved that betting markets can outpredict traditional experts. But imagine what's possible when you combine crowd wisdom with AI-powered analytics to identify the most valuable questions to ask and the most effective ways to structure markets. If you want to build your own breakthrough business and leverage the AI tools that could accelerate your success beyond what even prediction market pioneers achieved, check out the AI Business Insider Vault in the description. It's the comprehensive guide to using AI for market analysis, user psychology insights, and building platforms that harness collective intelligence. From anxious high schooler to prediction market pioneer, from FBI target to vindicated entrepreneur, from college dropout to billion-dollar founder, Shane Copelan proved that sometimes the best way to predict the future is to let everyone bet on it. He showed that crowds can be smarter than experts, that young outsiders can embarrass established institutions, and that building something truly valuable means accepting the risk of powerful enemies. Whether you're fascinated by prediction markets or inspired by underdog entrepreneurship, Shane's story reveals a fundamental truth. The future belongs to those brave enough to challenge conventional wisdom and smart enough to harness collective intelligence. The only question left is, what will you predict next? And remember, in a world where expertise is often wrong and crowds are often right, maybe it's time to start betting on the wisdom of the many over the opinions of the few. What other incredible entrepreneurship stories should we break down next? Let me know in the comments below.